brother and sister. The first reading from the book of Genesis sees marriage as meeting the human need for companionship and equality. And in the Gospel of today, answering the Pharisees who agree to allow a husband to divorce his wife, Jesus stresses the unity created by marriage, which would forbid breaking the marriage bond. Jesus leaves no doubt as to what the ideal marriage should be. But this does not mean that he was not aware of the problem that can arise in living out this ideal. Jesus seems to present the marriage as a school, the school of marriage, where husband and wife never stop to learn from one another. In a sense, it is true that it is not only children and young people who are the time of their schooling in a process of learning. We can say that we are in school for the rest of our life because we never stop to learn, and it is especially true for marriage couple, for the marriage life. When men and women marry, it is like going back to school again, because one learns to love and to forgive in marriage. A wedding lasts only one day, but marriage lasts for the rest of life. When a couple get married, they begin to learn again, to learn to love each other in a deeper way. They join themselves to each other to become one, as the first reading stated, but without losing their own individuality. Becoming one does not happen overnight. It is something that has to be learned slowly. Becoming one for a couple means loving each other, sharing their life with each other, and taking each other always into consideration. Becoming one means to get rid of all selfishness, because there should be no room for selfishness in marriage. So, for these so many reasons, we can say that marriage is a school of love. But when two people get married, they bring with them in their marriage not only their strength, but also their weaknesses, their mutual human limits, and they discover day after day in the other weaknesses and limits which previously they did not know. So because of that, marriage is not only an opportunity to love the other, but also to heal the other and to forgive the other. There are times in marriage life when, like at the wedding at Cana, it seems as if the wine really is running out. Time where husband and wife have to forgive each other and to make a new start. It is why the marriage is also said to be a school of forgiveness. The bond which two people seal on their wedding day is not made of unbreakable material, but of human and therefore breakable material. What are the things which weaken the marriage bond? They are lack of respect, poor communication, selfishness, and above all, infidelity. On the opposite, respect, good communication, and fidelity strengthen the marriage bond. Brother and sister, as a couple whose marriage has been blessed in the church, please put aside and easily forget and erase all the conflict and hurting situations that have happened between you. And on the opposite, remember forever all good things that happen in your couple life, all good things that the other did for you. You probably heard about the story of two friends who were walking through the desert. At one point of the journey, both of them had an argument. Then one friend slapped the other on the face. The one who got slapped was hurt. But without saying anything, he wrote in the sand, "Today my best friend slapped me in the face." Then the two friends kept on walking until they found an oasis. You know what is an oasis in the desert? A place where there is trees, then maybe a pound of water. So, because they were very tired, they decide to take a bath. But the one who has been slapped got stuck in the mud and started drowning. But thanks God, his friend saved him. So, after he recovered from a nearly drowning, this friend now wrote on a stone, "Today my best friend saved my life." So looking at that, the friend who had slapped the other, then who had saved the life of his best friend, asked him, "After I hurt you, you wrote in the sand, and now you write on a stone. Why?" The other friend replied right away, "When someone hurt us, we should write it down in sand, where winds of forgiveness can easily erase it away. But when someone does something good for you, you must engrave it in stone, where no wind can ever erase it." Brother and sister, in your couple and marriage life, try to imitate the advice of this friend. Easily forgive and put behind you everything that has been hurting you, but keep forever in your mind and in your heart all good things that the other did for you. It will be the secret of the success of your marriage life. Now, since we celebrate today Youth Mass with a more obvious participation of our children and youth in the liturgy, I would like at the end to say a few words about the last part of the Gospel, where Jesus where Jesus shows his love for the little one and tell us that we must receive the kingdom the way the children receive it. Jesus said to us, unless you become like little children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. Surprising statement, because on our part, often we tend to regard childhood as something that must be left completely behind, as if there was nothing in it that was worth keeping. According to Jesus, it is not true. Then we are wrong with such a thinking. Surely, we have to distinguish between being childlike and being childish. To be childish implies immaturity and being irresponsible. We know that children are not angels. There are things we should grow out of. But there are lovely childlike qualities which we should try to hold on. Openness, receptivity, sense of wonder, and ability to live in the present. Imagination without biased judgment is also definitively stronger in childhood. Every child is blessed with a sense of wonder. Their visions are fresh and clear. Children have not yet become prisoners of routine, habit, and prejudice. They are always themselves. So, when Jesus said to us, unless you become like little children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven, he is recalling us to our lost childhood, so that, though old and frail in our body, we might be reborn in the innocence of our childhood, a state of mind which is always pleasing to God. Amen.